Hello, all you wonderful people. Welcome to another episode of the Berserker Claws podcast, or the Berserker Claws show. Whatever you call it, whatever you want to talk about it, whatever you say it is. Heading my ass down to the airport. Check something real quick, because I don't have any passengers. To the airport, not something later. Okay. So, I got my American flag bibs and my courtesy of the red, white, and blue shirt ordered. So that for July 4th we have ourselves I can wear my bibs, Now I got the shorts ones, but I got them at 6X, so they're going to look pretty cool, Yeah, I'll probably go swimming with them on. You know me. So I got those ordered. So Zach, I got my American flag bibs, because I wear bibs all the time. So, I went and visited Marcella yesterday, or last night, and it didn't go very well. I mean, we talked, but, she and I just want to be friends, so that's perfectly fine, and that's fine, that's how it's going to be, So, not really worried about it. I'm just going to live my life and keep being me. And that's all I can do right now. Continue to go to work and everything else. Got an invite to Isaac and Tabitha's wedding. Isaac and Tabitha are two wonderful people that are very nice to me. I love them a lot. Tabitha and I actually had a different kind of a way of meeting each other, because for some odd reason Tabitha does this thing where she sneaks up behind me and I turn around and she's right there, and it's just really it's really cool, because she's got this big smile on her face every time she does it, and she sneaks up behind me and she just goes, she just turns, I just turn around and bam, she's right there. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's just like, she's got a big smile on her face. And you just gotta love her and Isaac. I mean, they're so perfect for each other. They are just a wonderful couple, and I just cannot wait to go to their wedding on the 12th. The sad thing is that it's the same day as the ERX Truck Nationals, so I'm just being me, and I'm just gonna go do things. I'll probably go to the Truck Nationals on Sunday. Probably get up after the wedding and go do stuff. Just can't wait to enjoy my life, So, yeah. Let's see here. What else is on the Claws watch? We just got done with a big thunderstorm in St. Cloud, and still going on. Yeah. Still going on. It's passing, though, but, I mean, I'll probably end up driving right into it. So, yeah. Had a good car show on our last week on Saturday, and Yeah, we had a good car show on Saturday. Great turnout. Great turnout of people. A lot of people showed up. A lot of people came. The after car show thing was real fun. We all went to Sugar Daddy's. Well, first of all, we went to the Loon. We went to this place called the Loon, and we went in there, and Zach Street, Andrew, David, and Tristan, we were all in there, and we were all having a good time. And we ran into some people that we know, like I ran into John and Olivia, and for some odd reason, still Olivia has some kind of thing against me where she doesn't seem to like want to talk to me. So she flipped me off, and basically I thought, okay, so I'll flip her off back. And I thought I thought she was being funny, but no, she was actually being serious. And I don't know what I ever did to her, or whatever I said to her. The only thing that I remember saying something about, I said something about Taylor Swift, and then I said something political, and she took it really down fault and trotful and hateful. And now for some damn reason she don't want to talk to me, or she thinks that I'm just a creep and a pedo, or she thinks that I'm really weird and a pedo. I don't understand what the fuck I ever did to her, but, I guess I did something, seriously wrong. And again, I'm really sorry, whatever I did to piss you off. But, I don't really like it when people don't like me, and they don't have a reason to like me. I don't know what I ever did to piss you off. It's really kind of awkward. I see you in a club, you flip me off, and then you say, no, oh hell no, get away from me, and call me weird things and say stuff to my face, and I'm like, I don't know why. I really don't know the actual, reason behind all of it, so I'm not really worried about it that much, but it kind of came off as a little weird. The Loon had some pretty nice, had some nice people there, but I've heard that the Loon caters to a lot of underage people. They have a lot of people in there that have fake IDs, or that are really close to like seeming like they shouldn't be in there, because they're like, they don't look like they're over 21. They'll allow people who are 18 in the door to dance. So it's 18 to dance and 21 to drink. But, that's just, what happens. But we went in there, and the Loon started out like, just your normal everyday kind of hangout spot where people are fist pumping and dancing and everything. And then you go all the way upstairs, and then the music's like so friggin' loud it makes your ears bleed. So Tristan and I had to get the hell out of there. Well, because I didn't want to be upstairs any longer. I wanted to go sit outside. So I went and sat outside and everything else. And then we moseyed on down to like this other club called The Wolf. So we went down to The Wolf, and that place was just a place to piss, because there was like nobody there. The club was like bare, and there was like nobody inside the building. It was just like somebody cried lone wolf. There was just like nothing going on in this place, and it was pretty crappy. It was like a really shitty spot. So I've seen pretty much 2 places in downtown St. Cloud that pretty much, suck for hangout spots, if you know what I mean. Well, like, they're just really dead shit clubs. They're not like the Roxbury, or they're not like something else. They're just shit. So, yeah, they're just shit. And we weren't going to go to the carpet. We weren't going to go to the red carpet, because I hear that's a pretty different kind of spot. I don't really know what anybody's looking for in St. Cloud, but it's not like it's not like a techno club that my friend Shane plays in Colombia or where he goes to in Colombia. I mean, it's a lot of a different kind of atmosphere, in St. Cloud, if you really know what I mean. But so yeah, we were at these places, and then all of a sudden, Jack says, and I quote, "Why not we go to Sugar Daddy's? They're open till 4, and it's a good place to go to, and we might end up having a good time." So Zach, Street, David, me, Tristan, and Andrew all show up at. Well, Andrew left, actually. Andrew, I don't know if he left or if he showed up and then left or what. But no, I don't think Andrew went. But I think it was just me. It was Zach, Street, Tristan, David, and I. And we were all at the club, and we were having a good time. And we were all sitting there. But none of these guys would get a lap dance. There was all these girls, walking by us, talking to us, and then Zach was the first to get a lap dance. He got a lap dance from a girl named Jasmine. And Jasmine, she was all really nice. She's a really nice girl. She had fishnets on, fisting nets. She had fishnets on, and she was really nice. She was really nice. And then Luna, the girl that seems to know me, or I know her, we started talking, and I got a lap dance. So I ended up getting a lap dance and ended up doing stuff. And so Zach and I were going back and forth. And then we met this one girl. Her name was Eve. And Eve is really cool because Eve works on cars. She actually has a Corsa. Yeah, she has a Corsa. And I only know another person who has another Corsa, and that's Jason. Jason is a guy that used to be on Minnesota United Minis. He actually had a purple Mini Cooper. And he was a really cool guy. And he actually had a Toyota Corsa. A Corsica. Yeah, or a Corsica, I think is what it's called. But they're right-hand drive, they're from Japan, and they're really rare cars. So if you have one of them, you pretty much have, a pretty rare car here. So she has one, and it's in Wilmer. Evie has one, and it's down in Wilmer, and she's trying to trailer it up here, and then so she can get it so that she can get the license plates changed, so she can drive it in Minnesota. But she was talking about going to the Glendon Drift event in Glendon, North Dakota, which is just outside of Fergus Falls. So it's about 2 hours away from us. And I might go next week. I might go see Eve and her family and everything. Yeah, Eve does have a husband, which kind of sucks, but it's all good, and it's not the end of the world. I thought she was cool, but, and she's like, well, why don't you come with me? And I was like, or why don't you meet me there? And I was like, yeah, I'll meet you there, and we'll go to it maybe, and we'll see what happens, because it's on Saturday night, and it's the North Dakota Drifting the Plains thing that, and Alex Robinson, the professional D1 drifter, he was the one that started. He got his start in North Dakota at this drifting event. So he got his start in North Dakota, and he became a professional D1 drifter, which is really cool. And I think that more and more people should, take into consideration that he does drifting events. or well, people should try drifting. Drifting is not a bad sport. It's actually it's expensive to do because you go through tires and building up cars and stuff. But it takes a different kind of skill set to do it. So a person of my skill set I would rather drive on a backcountry road on gravel and tarmac and snow than go drifting, because drifting is just burning tires up on asphalt is what I think it is. But it takes precision and skill to do. And there's some guys that are really good at drifting and they do a hell of a job. And drifting's actually really fun to watch. They have drifting up at Brainerd too. Yeah, they have BIR. They have drifting and everything else for the Power Cruise. Which the Power Cruise, we're gonna have another one coming up May 31st, June 31st to July, up to July, I think is what it is. They're gonna have like June 31st to July 2nd or something like that. They're gonna have a big festival for the Power Cruise, and that's gonna be like 4 or 5 days up at BIR or whatever like that for the Power Cruise. And that's the second Power Cruise. That's the second one that they're having this year. So, yeah. They're going to have a Power Cruise coming up soon. And that's going to be really fun to watch. So I might go to that. I don't know yet if I'm going to go to that or not. But, because Glendon, Minnesota is 2 hours away from us. So I might crash at my parents' place and then sleep there on Friday night or something like that, Saturday morning, and then get up and go. Or I might just go home and just go to the event, because it takes a while to get up to Glendon. So I might get done at like 2 in the morning and then, get done at like 5 in the morning and then just go up there for breakfast and do breakfast drifting and stuff like that and see if Evie's there. See if Eva is there. I don't know yet. It's just one of those things. I haven't really done anything for Trax Revolution lately, which I still have my car club. But us going to the strip club, they're also having a car meet soon. Yeah, they're gonna have a car meet soon, and they're going to have a thing called Gears and Garters. So they're going to have cars. Bree is the one that's running it. She's one of the girls that works at the strip club. She's going to be in control of it. And basically, if you want to go register your car individually, you just talk to Bree, or go to the website, or go to Sugar Daddy's, and then click on the Gears and Garters thing on the bottom, and then it will redirect you to the Facebook page, and then you can, probably send Bree a message if you want to talk to her about whole teams, because I think that if a whole team was to go, they would have to donate some money or something like that, and then the whole team gets reconciliation of the parking lot. Because I'll tell you right now, if Minnesota After Dark were to go to this thing, we'd probably have a good, 10, 15 cars in there, But I don't know. Cherry, it is scary. Oh, I get my new headlights. Yeah. Headlights and taillights. Who knows? I got stuff going on my Mini Cooper that I don't even know what the hell to do with it. Dude, David's got some really cool taillights. Yeah, never really seen them though. No. David and I raced each other one time, and then he ended up going ahead of me, and it was a really cool race. I actually had a lot of fun. Oh. You know, there's a lot of things that go on in this world that are like really different, and you just wonder every day when you wake up in the morning and wake up in the afternoon and go to work, are you even really actually like happy to wake up? I mean, sometimes I think to myself, I wake up and I'm like, yeah, this is great, you know, I'm alive, I'm up, but then I just hurt. Like this afternoon, man, holy cow, I woke up with the worst fucking Charlie horse I could ever imagine. Well, I had a cramp in my leg, and my leg cramped up like a mother, and it was just terrible. It was just hurting like crazy, man. You know, I guess I gotta eat more bananas, I guess. Yeah. Well, they say that bananas help with, you know, circulation in your legs and everything else, and they're good for a lot of other things, you know, and they help you. Like they say, if nature don't make it, don't take it, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I want to start doing some stuff, you know, and taking care of some things in my life and getting things taken care of and everything else. I left some ice cream in the freezer for a long time. I don't know what happened to it. It turned into like some kind of like freaking sherbet. So, well, I took a strawberry medley, or I took some like fruits, you know, like fruits, and I took some fruits and I mixed them all together, and then I poured it into a big huge container, you know, like a juice container, and now the juice container just like, you know, sits there like it's frozen, but it never thaws out. No. And I can't get inside of it with an ice cream scoop to get the stuff out of it. So I'm gonna let it sit one day, just, you know, kind of outside in the refrigerator or something or whatever, and see what I can get from it. I gotta get some more bacon and sausage and stuff and make some more pancakes. I'd like to use that syrup I got from that one of my passengers. One of my passengers gave me syrup. Her family makes it. She's a teacher that goes down to the cities every once in a while, so yeah. She comes from Osakas. They make it there. Yeah, I'm on my way to the airport. I'm just taking my sweet time getting down there, because I mean, it's, you know, I like to get down there right when I'm ready to pick up my passengers and be on my merry way. I don't know what they're building over there. They got that really nice freaking house, and then, you know, they got this really nice freaking house up here by Hasty, and now they're like destroying the front yard. They're like turning it into like a garage or something. Probably gonna build another house there. I love it when you look at a lake and it just looks like a sheet of glass. Yeah, there's no ripples on it. It's just nothing. It just looks like it's so calm. Yeah, it's so calm and relaxing. Freaking shower, or like my bathtub, is completely backed up again. I put a snake through that bitch, and I tried to do so much to get this clog out of it, but I can't figure out what the hell's wrong with the damn thing. I'm not a fucking plumber. No. And then you don't want to do anything in your apartment because you don't want to break anything. Because if you break stuff, that's not good. So, you know, sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror, I kind of have that Colin Farrell look. You know? Yeah, I kind of look like Colin Farrell. I look like I don't know what it is. My face kind of has that Colin Farrell look to it. I don't really know. I'm not trying to say that I look like Colin Farrell, but I kind of have that same that look, you know. I met this crazy chick online. Her name's Jess. I met her in the Facebook dating app, and she and I started talking, and I don't know what's going to go down with that, but that's just going to be one of those things that we're going to try later. I don't really know what we're going to say, but don't cruise into a final reckoning. Drive safe speeds. That's what the sign says today. It says, don't cruise into a final reckoning. I don't know, man. I've been really stressed out about a lot of things lately, about the way things are going down in the world, and it's just one thing after another. I mean, you know, I just, you know, want to keep living my life and doing camo claws, and, you know, eventually, you know, just being me, and, you know, hoping that it takes off, because that's my life. I actually love doing that more than anything in the world, the camo claws thing. I mean, I can't wait for my hair to be constantly white, my beard to be white, and my facial hair and everything to be white. I just can't wait for all that to happen, and then so we can start putting red and green hair extensions in my hair. I have to buy those, so I have to end up buying those for myself, so we can tie those into the hair strands. We do it at Christmas time. I think we're gonna do red, white, and blue for the 4th of July weekend. Yeah. Julie, you hear that? Red, white, and blue for the 4th of July weekend? You down for that? Alright. Yeah, Julie's my work mom. Or, well, she was my work mom, but she's a really cool lady. She helps me out with a lot of things. So. Oh, Challenger. And a Diva driving it. That's hot. Someone told me that I need to buy a Challenger, put a big 01 on the side of it, and make it look like a big, basically make it look like a General Lee. And I said, imagine Jack having his own General Lee. Yeah. I've always wanted my own General Lee, but I mean, a new school General would be fine. A General Lee reboot. General Lee 2.0. A General Trax. No, I don't know, man. Sometimes I wish that, I sometimes wish that I had money that I could go out. So if I ever wanted to buy a car, instead of move left. That's kind of cool. Well, So if I ever had, money to like, go out and buy, like, how people go out and buy Hot Wheels cars. They buy Hot Wheels cars all the time, and yeah, so they go out and buy Hot Wheels cars. I wish I could buy real cars like that. Just, I had money to go out and buy another car. Oh yeah, I have this garage. It's got room for like 100 cars, and so I can go out and buy, 100 cars. I mean, it'd be kind of different, but, it'd be kind of cool at the same time. Yeah, it'd be kind of different, but it'd be cool at the same time. Maybe I should have gone a little bit faster so that I could get up here to get to Maple Grove before it closes, so that I can go to White Castle. Dude, that's awesome. Took the front end off the John Deere. It's called Juan Deere. I don't know. Pedro. I don't know, man. Someone told me I need to go to Mexico. I'd love to go to Mexico. I was watching this Donut Media video that I thought was really cool. They took a Miata and turned it into a lowrider. Makes me want to do that to the Mini Cooper, Put like 10s on it with 100-spoke wheels, and like, put some hydraulics on a Mini Cooper, man. Imagine that. Yeah, imagine a Mini Cooper with like, hydraulics and like a really cool, like awesome paint job, and just, like feeling really like skeptical and, shagadelic about it. Has carpet in the back, and, dice hanging down and everything, and just having a good time, Yeah. That'd be really cool, man. I'd like that. I'd love that. I'd totally rock that, man. I remember when lowriders were like the really cool thing. I actually still have a lot of respect for lowriders, man. I really like them. I mean, some of the paint jobs on them are just epic, man. With hydraulics and airbags and stuff. I think it's just kind of cool just to have fun and go low and slow, man. Yeah. I think that'd be really kick-ass. Yeah, I don't know, man. I still love the car show scene. I'm still digging it here in Minnesota. I mean, it's different, but I mean, it's not like it was back home, man. Well, I don't really know where back home is. I mean, I lived in Leesburg, and I lived in Maryland, and hung out with people and all over the place in Virginia and stuff, and the car show scene was so different there because there were so many people, and it was sunny all the time. We would go to College Park, Maryland for one of the big car shows, and my God, there was over 1,000 cars there. I mean, the biggest car show that we had here that I know of was the one at Cars and Crafts, or Whips and Waffles, at 3M. And JH or JT, JH from Whips and Waffles, I mean, he gets so many people to go to his show all the time. And they are some of the best shows ever, man. The only sad thing is you got to be up at like 10 o'clock in the morning and driving from St. Cloud. It's ridiculous, but it's all good. I'm down here in Mexico, living on refried dreams. I wish, man. Well, I'd love to go to Mexico, but I don't know if I'd ever survive. I'd probably go down there and end up getting shot or something. But I talked to another guy. I met a guy named Jose. Jose is a good friend of mine. Well, actually, we talked, we met, we hung out. We went to MT's. MT's is a great restaurant, by the way, if anybody really wants a good restaurant to go eat. We went to MT's. MT's on 8 down in, by my house. And Jose was a really cool guy, and I met him, and he's a mechanic, a diesel mechanic, and he's a really cool guy, laid back, nice guy, just wonderful as can be, really cool, and I really respect him a lot. And I was actually hanging out with a lot of people over the weekend, and I really felt good about hanging out over the weekend because I felt a little better. I didn't feel so down and depressed like I usually do when I feel like I'm just going to hate myself, and I don't, usually when the weekend comes up, I don't do anything until Saturday night, and that's it. Like Friday I go to work, I get done in the morning on Saturday morning, and then I sleep all day, and then I'm ready to go at nighttime to the car show. But I just really don't know anymore of what I'm going to do now. I really just like hanging out on the weekends, going to the car show, and then hanging out with Zach and all the guys like Street and David and Andrew and Tristan and all of us getting together and just being us, and having a good time. That's so hard to come by, though, because sometimes you just want to chill and you want to do stuff. And ever since Zach had his accident, his bike accident, and now that he's back on his feet and everything, I really think that he's a kick-ass guy to hang out with. I really like him a lot, I really think that he's laid back and cool as shit, and I think he's really cool because when we went to the strip club, he looked at Tristan and he looked at me with the dreads, and he's like, "Man, you guys with the dreads, man." He goes, "Well, Tristan," he goes, "God, Tristan's got all the dreads going on. He looks sexy as hell." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I got braids." And he goes, "Well, yeah, you do too, Jack." He's like, "You're going to get some girls that are going to pull on those things." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're going to pull on them all right, but it's going to, it's just going to be a conversation piece is all it's going to be. And that's it, But one of those things that happens all the time, So, but I don't really know quite off, like, So we go to we go to the car meet, we go to the mad meet, we have fun, and then as soon as like 12 o'clock rolls around, like the car meet starts at 8, we're there for 4 hours, and then we go to the bar at 12, or we go at 11:30, and we're like, dude, are we going drinking? But I mean, I don't drink because, I don't like to drink, so I go to the bar and just drink water and stay sober. But I have fun though. I mean, I make it, I make it exciting. And then I watch Zach and Street and Tristan and everybody else, having fun. And it's really cool, And yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's really kick-ass and really cool. So, and I have a lot of fun with it. And I really think it's just a laid-back, fun experience. I mean, if you've never experienced going out with us, then Matt said something to us. Matthew said something to us like, oh, thanks for the invite. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm sorry, because we all said we were going. We all said we were leaving at 11:30, 12 o'clock, and we were all going to, we were going to bounce. And we all said we were going to go out, and we were all talking about it. So that's what we were going to do. We were going to bounce. We were going to flood and everything else. But if anybody wants to go with us, I'm always the sober one. And, I always do, the right thing and try to, stay sober and not try to cause any problems, because I don't really want to get into trouble. I don't really want to cause any harm to anybody. I'm just trying to go out there and have a good time. That's what I'm trying to do. And, and I really and truly want to have a good time. I don't want somebody to just sit there and hate on me because of something that I said about Taylor Swift and politics. I mean, I'm really sorry if I pissed you off about that. But I don't really get into that kind of stuff. And when we were talking politics, we were sucking down Shamrock shakes at the time. And I don't know what I said, but I think it was something to piss somebody off. Olivia obviously got mad about it, but I guess it's just something that I don't really know. So I'm never going to figure it out. I don't really care either, so it doesn't really bother me none. But anyway. That's Rogers. Yeah, I was like, where the hell am I? It's only 7:30 and I'm only in Rogers? Fuck, man. Yeah, it's like time's going by so freaking fast and I'm not even down to the airport yet. Well, I don't really want to get down there all that quick, but whatever. Concordia St. Paul. CSP. Concordia College. Oh boy. So yeah, I don't, I like how the Tesla dealership is, it used to be a Hummer dealership. Yeah, they used to sell Hummers in downtown in Rogers, and now it's a Tesla dealership. And they parked the Cybertruck on the hills that were out in front where the Hummers used to go up and down them. Yeah, my Mini Cooper can do those hills. Yeah. Yeah, it can. motorcycle truck is out in front of the thing. Someone asked me the other day, or someone asked me the other week at like one of the bike show or one of the car shows. They were like, Jack, why don't you have a bike? And I said, well, I will never drive a motorcycle because I don't like two wheels. If anything, I would buy a Banshee and put a Hayabusa swing arm on it and have it powered by a Hayabusa. And if y'all don't know what that is, it's basically like, it's a four-wheeled motorcycle. It's got quad, it looks like a quad, but it's made for, like a street bike. It's got four wheels. And I would only drive something that's got four wheels. I'm not a big fan of motorcycles because, well, one, I lost my best friend to a motorcycle incident. My best friend, Dustin Van Camp, was driving a motorcycle and he was killed on a motorcycle. Yes. So I will never drive a bike. I won't even pretend to sit on one anymore. I mean, bikes are nice, and people can ride them and do what they want to do on them, but I'll never ride a bike. No. I'm not made for that. And they're like, well, what about like a chopper or like a cruiser? I just won't ever get on a bike. That's why. Hyundai Tiburon. Sexy. Yeah, I remember when my friend Shane, DJ Zero Cool, had his Tiburon. Phil Bruffy had his Tiburon. And everybody called them Tucsonys. Yeah, they were called Tucsonys or something like that, And they were really cool. And then I remember when Jamie Samar had her Tiburon. She was my ex-girlfriend back in Virginia. She had a Tiburon, and I wanted her to get this really awesome body kit that Veilside made for it, or Wings West made a badass body kit for the Tiburon. And it was the first gen Tiburon, not the second one. The first gen, and it looked really cool. It was a really nice kit, big intercooler hole in the front, made it look like really cool. And she got so pissed off, she got so mad. She's like, why would I want a body kit that makes it look like a vacuum cleaner? I'm like, well, you suck. So I just want you to be perfect. And she just got so pissed. Yeah, I know. I should just... Get some fucking food. I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm fucking hungry. I'm gonna go back to the airport. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some food. I should have left a lot sooner than 6:30. I'm done.